This is the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Brought to you by Yegg Property Pros. Powered by Real Broker. Get a realtor who knows. Call the pros.
Well, you owe me $100.
No.
Yep, you do. And the 6 a.m. Listener Club, they are witnesses from our show yesterday, where we were talking about how Selena Gomez announced that she's taking a break from social media. And I said,
Again.
she's not going to last long. Not even 24 hours later, she's posting on her Instagram story, not once, but twice. The first one announcing that she is, in fact, playing Linda Ronstadt in a biopic, which is very exciting. Like, they look alike. And then the second one, what's this song?
I just thought I'd throw in a little Linda while you were talking about it. I'm always locked and ready for a little Ronstadt.
Her voice. Can Selena sing like this?
I would say Selena will be able to do the singing.
Yeah.
We can make fun of her about a lot of things, but she does have the voice of an angel.
But
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt is a different level. There's no auto-tune there. There's nothing. She's a genius. Anyway, she posted once about being Linda Ronstadt in a biopic. If you do a side-by-side of them, they're actually quite similar, so I'm excited about that. But then she also posted a cooking video with Gordon Ramsay, and I'm like, girl, you said you were taking a break. Do you know what a break means? It's not just closing the app.
Yes.
That's not taking a social media break.
What if she's taking a break still and she has her people, she can afford to have people that are posting like some social presence stuff for her, but she's just not getting into reading comments, responding, getting all twisted up about stuff.
That is a really good perspective, and you're most likely right.
Anyway, so she announces she's taking a break from social media. You said yesterday, I'll bet you $100 this doesn't last like longer than 4 days.
Yeah,
And
she lasted 18 hours.
I took the over, but actually, when I suggest $100, you're like, we're not betting $100. Nobody bets $100.
I did say that. I was like, people bet $5 for things like this.
So maybe I'll owe you $5.
Okay.
Not paying, but I owe you.
That means nothing.
Remember snow days when they would open the school, but classes wouldn't proceed?
And then you just got to run around the hall. It was the funnest.
It was lights out. Like those little plastic carts with the wheels on them. They're almost like skateboards, but they're just square plastic things. We used to do like rodeo style racing, like chuck wagon racing.
Down the halls.
Down the halls with those things. Like you'd have 4 runners and 1 person riding them.
It was the best. Like everything was it was a free for all.
Free for all.
And the teachers didn't care.
They were just getting drunk in the office.
No, they weren't getting drunk. Like they were at their desk, not caring about you, like doing cartwheels around their desk.
Right.
They were checked out.
Yeah. It was way more fun than it would have been just staying home. Like anytime I went to snow days, it was the best.
Yeah, I prefer staying home though, because there was The Price is Right on at 11, and then I would watch Maury, and sometimes I would watch Passions. And then I would watch Arthur. Oh, and Zoom. Come on and Zoom. Come on and Zoom. Come on and Zoom. Do you know that show?
Apparently I'm too old, yeah. But still, sitting around a TV you think is more fun than like going to the gymnasium, pulling out the high jump mat, and then climbing the rope all the way to the roof and jumping off and landing on the high jump mat. Like, that's way better.
I got my hair done. You like it?
That's it.
You didn't notice or say anything. Whatever.
How much?
I'm not telling you.
How much?
I'm not telling you.
You have to.
No.
Because any of my bald brethren will at least find solace in the fact that we're not paying this much for haircuts. It's really helped me accept my male pattern baldness when I find out how much you pay at the hairdresser.
I'm not saying.
Okay, well,
it's none of your business.
I get one guess.
All right.
And you say higher or lower.
Fine, but that's it. That's the end of it. Just once.
$340.
Lower.
Oh, good.
Well, it's because I didn't go blonder. It's when you put bleach in and like then they have to like tone it. Like that's the whole process.
That's when it gets real pricey.
Yeah.
Listen, I get it. Like especially a very good stylist, that they are worth the money to people, and if people are willing to pay it, go get it. I'm not shaming the price that's paid in general. I just find it really mind-blowing.
Oh, for sure.
Like haircuts growing up when I was a kid were like $5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, that was the 70s.
I was born in 82.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, come on.
You should be paying $230 though to get someone to trim those eyebrows.
For the 4 wiry eyebrows.
Here's another list of 7 somethings. It's Ryder and Lisa's top 7 at 7.
She's cold. She's very, very cold. Mother Nature, minus 30 right now, feeling like minus 41 with the wind chill. Please be safe, be smart, pack those gloves. I had to have a adult chat with you today about putting gloves in your vehicle.
Yep.
You didn't have any.
No.
You should feel shame.
Whatever.
Be prepared for anything.
Okay, I wore a scarf.
That's good.
Thanks. I mean, I wore it improperly, but it was still there.
It's there. That's the important part.
Yeah.
So we wanted to come up with our own list of new It's Colder Than Blank. You can feel free to steal any of these. Give us credit if you like. If somebody's like, oh, that was funny, where'd you hear that? Tell them about our show. We'd appreciate it.
You know, most people say, I heard this on the radio. No, you got to have more details than that. What show?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah.
All of you are walking advertisements for us.
That's right.
Sorry. Was I sounding strict there?
Got pretty intense. I
Yeah.
liked it, though. I liked the passion. All right, so here's an example. I mean, let's get right into it. We're doing the top 7. So at number 7, it's colder than the Costco produce room.
Why is it so cold? Are we freezing our lettuce?
Yeah, what? I mean, I'm sure they have it down to a science, but still, when you walk in there, you're like, what?
Whoa.
Is this what pineapples are supposed to do? I thought they were from hot countries. At number 6, it's colder than the public opinion of the talus balls out there today.
Yeah, and I mean, physically touching one in this weather, you're not going anywhere.
I don't know where we're at with this one. I like it. See what you think. Colder than a grandma's hand. Do you?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever touched a grandma's hand, they're freezing. Yeah, but that means they have a warm heart. Cold hand, warm heart.
At number 4, for new sayings that you can feel free to steal if you'd like, it's colder than your morning coffee by the time you get to it if you have toddlers.
Nailed it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like personally, but I've heard it's terrible.
At number 3, colder than brass panties.
Those don't exist. Do they?
No, I don't think so, but I bet they'd be cold. Think of sliding into those.
Nobody's sliding into those.
At number 2, colder than the inside of a Stanley Cup.
That's a good one.
Yeah, not in Canada. It's very confusing because
Yeah.
when we hear Stanley Cup, we think of like McDavid hoisting it this year.
No, you need to say Stanley
Mug?
tumbler.
Yeah,
Mug.
It just sounded better as
Yeah.
colder than the inside of a Stanley might work. People might take it the wrong way. They're like, who's Stanley? All right. And at number 1 for new sayings, feel free to use. We just came up with these this morning. Colder than the middle of a lasagna.
Every time.
Mhm. And if you get it warm, you know you've sacrificed the outside.
There's only 2 ways to eat lasagna. 1, burning your mouth. 2, eating a cold center.
There's a big convention where they unveil a bunch of new technology that maybe will take off. Some of it is like prototypes that probably won't, but a lot of them have people talking every year.
Yeah, they do, because everyone wants to be on top of the latest gadgets and
Totally.
inventions, right? So some of the ones that stood out when I was reading through this, it happens every year in Vegas, by the way, if any of you are like super techie and want in on this.
It'd be a cool thing to go and check out.
I think you're right, to be the first to know about things, because they literally unveil them on the stage and stuff. It's so fun. But there's some new TVs that have been invented where when you turn them off, they disappear. Like you can't see them in the room.
So like a projection screen?
No,
again?
it's not a projection
Oh.
screen. When you turn it off, it's like semi-transparent.
It just like blends
It
into
blends
the wall.
into the wall.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that was one of the things that stood out to me. And it's just so wild to see how far we've come with televisions. Remember the clunky ones we had? Way back in those huge ones. It would take like 4 people to get it into your house.
Yeah, my dad was like the first one in our hometown that had like a decent like big screen.
Okay.
That thing was probably 700 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Huge.
ridiculous.
Now they're like paper thin.
And by big screen now, it was probably like 45 inches.
Yeah.
But back then we were like, whoa. And it did take up like the entire corner of the house.
Did everyone from your small town want to come over to watch sports?
Yeah, we had the illegal satellite too.
Nice.
Come over and watch sports, or Friday Without Borders on Showcase.
Did you ever have to like move the antennas to get the channel to work properly, or get on the roof and move the antenna?
No, we had like one of those
satellite?
huge satellite dishes in the backyard that would like...
And they were like the size of a trampoline.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yes, there are some new televisions coming out. Not only that, but there is a new oven that has been invented that acts almost like a microwave.
Okay.
In what I mean by that is you can bake a cake in 4 minutes.
Whoa.
A cake.
I know how to get a cake in less than 4 minutes.
How?
Just go to the convenience store, open the fridge, and grab a Deep and Delicious, baby.
Deep and Delicious, they're so underrated. But when you're eating one, I think it's a low point in your life.
Usually, especially if you're a solo act.
Like, I've been there several times,
Uh-huh.
and whenever I have a double chocolate Deep and Delicious, I'm unwell.
Especially if you're not even like using a fork.
Yeah, my fist is just in it.
Just going for it.
And then the third thing that I learned about at this convention that runs every year, where they just unveil the latest technology, is a voice-activated bidet.
For those that don't know what a bidet is, I only learned a few years ago, really.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're getting more popular now, but it's just like the best thing that's ever been invented. And
you
I
don't
don't know why there's not one on every toilet.
There should be. You don't need toilet paper. You just like spray water up your butt,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's just, I've never been so clean. I run faster now.
Anyway, the voice-activated bidet, it can like team up with your smart speaker.
It'd be a little bit awkward,
It
hey?
would be like, can you imagine hearing someone in the bathroom being like, Alexa, spray me good.
Just like that.
A little bit more.
Little bit to the left.
More pressure, please. Harder.
I'm really enjoying this.
Warmer.
Woo.
I mean, I'd get one.
Yeah.
Fun K Wordplay. Brought to you by Out of Bounds Restaurant.
We are joined by Nova, who would really like to win $1,000. Because first of all, who wouldn't? And
Yeah.
secondly, kind of sucks out there today.
Yeah, we need some positivity, so let's try to make it happen. So Nova, being caller 7, is going to choose a teammate. They're going to leave the studio. They're not going to hear anything. We don't know each other's words. There's a 25-second timer. For every word, Nova's going to tell us the first word that comes to mind. We'll invite her teammate back in. For every word that matches, it's $25. If all 5 match, $1,000. Nova, how are you today? You're good?
I'm cold.
You're cold.
What are you spending $1,000 on, Nova?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh, sounds like a trip.
Sounds
The
like a
mountains,
trip. Awesome.
anything. That's great. Okay, who's your teammate this morning?
I am going to go with you, Lisa.
Yes, finally.
Hell yeah. I've been sitting on these words for so long.
Yeah, like weeks.
All right. As soon as she leaves the room, I'm going to give you the first word, then I'm going to fire up that 25-second timer, okay?
Okay.
And the first word is bank,
Money.
astronaut,
Space.
trumpet,
Instrument.
moose,
Deer.
and story.
Time. Storytell.
All right. Let's get Lisa back in here. Nova's winning some money.
Yes, I
You
got
guys are
that.
going to have to be very on point.
Okay, well, I need to
win
prove myself because
1,000.
everyone always chooses you as a teammate. So
I know.
it's time.
So bring it.
Okay.
Because I much prefer just sitting here.
I know.
All right, what is the first word that comes to mind, Lisa, when I say bank?
Money. Easy. $25.
Astronaut.
Space. Woo! $50.
Trumpet.
Instrument.
Woo!
All right.
75 bucks. You got to bite your tongue from saying, that's a hard one.
I know.
Because that's why people always send me out.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
75 bucks. Let's make it 100.
What's the first word that comes to mind when I say story?
For story, I'm going to say... I'm going to go with... book? No.
Great answer. She went with time.
Oh.
Story time.
Okay. We got 75. Let's make it 100. At least. Come on.
Moose.
Knuckle. Oh my gosh.
Lisa.
What? That's what it came to my mind. What else is there? Oh my gosh. Was that inappropriate? Is that not the answer? No, it didn't say knuckle.
No, but it didn't say knuckle.
Someone out there said it. I'm blushing.
I wish I did.
What was your word, Nova?
It was deer.
Oh yeah, I would have never said deer.
No, deer is a tough one. Yeah.
Knuckle all day.
Anyway, so this is fun. We're going to have a meeting with the boss after the show now. Thanks a lot.
It's Slinky, it's Slinky.
And what you gonna do when the Hulkster and his Hulkamaniacs run wild on you?
Yeah, kill me. Ryder and Lisa's Nostalgia. Only on Play 107.
I think I like the intro for this segment just as much as I like this segment.
I know,
and
it's
that's
so
a lot.
fun. Yeah.
All right, so we each come up with a list of things that'll bring you back. You just let us know whose list resonated with you more, I suppose.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. And then you just vote at 780-784-7107. Everyone that votes is qualified to win a gift card to Sweet Convenience, which is an incredible candy store here in Edmonton. Do you want to go first?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Jaeger bombs. That's it. That's it.
All right, my first one is the smoking hot person a couple grades older than you that had no idea who you were.
Okay,
And I bet you just named them in your head.
I have the funniest story about that. A guy in an older grade added me on MSN, and we talked all night. I was in grade 10. He was in grade 12.
Okay.
I thought it was a different guy. So when I saw the hot guy in the hall, I was like, hey. And he's like, who are you? And it was some nerdy guy the entire time. He just also played for the football team.
Nerds are cool.
Nerds are cool now. I didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
I was young and dumb. Getting tickets to the arcade thinking you're going to clean up at the prize desk, and then all you get is like a little rubber bouncy ball. Like, okay, I worked my butt off for hours. I had a stack of tickets, and this is all I can afford?
All right, my next one is... Did I do that?
Being chosen last in dodgeball.
Your best friend's phone number.
You know it off by heart? Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
893-2523.
No area code, hey?
And actually, in my hometown, it was just the 4 digits for most of my life. Not even kidding. It was just 2523 you'd punch in.
Okay.
Serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Taking us way back. Thanks for that. And my last one is taking literally only 4 sips of water at the school fountain in an entire day. That's it.
My last one is having a birthday party at McDonald's, and there was a rival birthday party, and you just wanted to make sure you were having more fun than them.
Well, there was always the one birthday party that dibsed all of the McDonald's themed seats. There was only one section that had that.
Yeah, like the hamburger on,
exactly.
the stool.
The French fry seat.
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
like your parents weren't quick enough to book it, you had to just have a boring section with regular seats.
Always wanted to fight those kids
Okay.
at the rival birthday party.
Get your vote on whose list hit you in the feels more.
Let's quickly go through our list again.
Sure. Jaeger bomb, thinking you're going to clean up at the arcade, then you just get like a little tiny rubber bouncy ball or like a sticker. Being chosen last in dodgeball and taking just 4 sips of water all day at school at the water fountain.
My first one is Donnelly Doran.
Who?
Sorry, I meant to say like the smoking hot person a couple grades older than you that you had no idea who you were. Did I knew that?
That was literally what that person probably thought of you.
Your best friend's phone number and having a rival birthday party at McDonald's.
I love it. Ryder claims that he absolutely crushed me with the nostalgia off this morning, but I feel like I helped him win because I contributed to your McDonald's birthday party one, and I feel like that's what made you win.
You're taking credit for my huge win today.
I think so. I think I helped. It was a team effort. Therefore, we both win.
What's that?
What?
I smell narcissism.
I just wanted to give you guys a nostalgia memory for me because I keep thinking of it every time you guys do your nostalgia off. When you go to 7-Eleven and get yourself a coffee with literally every single creamer and flavored coffee in it, and then go back to class thinking you're the coolest kid because you have like a venti coffee from 7-Eleven.
But it's just like loaded with hazelnut,
they had,
vanilla,
Irish cream.
Irish cream.
It was in the green one.
Marshmallows, the sprinklers, everything you could put in there.
Just gaining 3 pounds every time you have one.
Right?
Thank you for the call, Ashley. Always appreciate it.
There was one nostalgia off way back in the day where you crushed me because you said when you'd go to a small town restaurant and to pass the time before having a phone, you would just stack the little creamers that came on the table. And I feel like everyone has done that.
Or like when adults are talking and you're just sitting there.
So bored.
But like you could invent some games. Like we had like a football game where you could only flick them. Yeah, he'd throw them at each other by the end of the meal.
Now that I think about it, probably one of the most unsanitary things in the restaurant. Like, how many kids have put their snotty fingers on those?
Good point.
Ew.
Every kid that's come anywhere near those has built a castle with them.
And you
with
have
their
that one,
snotty
like,
fingers.
you'd always have that one cranky parent at the table. It's like, all right, that's enough. Like, okay.
I just had a take on the weather. This cold is obviously really crappy for all of the reasons. It hurts your face. It's hard to breathe. You're obviously concerned about the vulnerable in this situation.
Absolutely.
Sucks for driving. You're worried about kids going outside. Like, there's not much when it's this cold that is a positive. One thing, though, that I like to hang my hat on is I feel like it's a flex to
What?
like the rest of the world.
That we can handle it.
That we deal with it. Anytime you're traveling abroad, people find out where you're from. They're like, how cold are the winters? These are the days we talk about, and we can talk about honestly. And they're like, whoa, they think you're cool.
Yeah, when I watch TikTok videos of people that live in the States and they're in places that don't even get snow and they're talking about it's so cold this morning, I scoff at it. I'm like, good one.
Yeah.
You wouldn't last a day.
So when they see us, they're like, whoa, that's a different level of human, is what I think that they think. They might also think, dang, those people are stupid for living through that.
Oh, every day we wake up and we say, why do I live here?
But don't you think it's a bit of a flex?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
The Ryder and Lisa Podcast.
Brought to you by Yegg Property Pros. Powered by Real Broker. Get a realtor who knows. Call the pros.
Play 107.